Can we just stop the car? Stop the car right now! God damn!
Brooke.
Oh, protecting your little prostitute?
Brooke returns to her apartment, unaware that Owen has recently shared an intimate moment with Amy. As she enters, she warmly hugs Owen, telling him how much she has missed him, completely unaware of his hidden secret. 5 days earlier, Brooke came home later than usual. Owen greeted her with affection and tried to kiss her, but she looked tired and explained that her job at the art gallery had worn her out. As she got ready for bed, her phone buzzed with a late-night message from Ansgar. Owen felt uneasy about the timing of the text. The next day, Ansgar came to the gallery for an interview, discussing one of his past paintings and offering his thoughts on its meaning. While posing for a photo, he didn't notice Owen watching him from the background. Ansgar's casual remarks about Brooke didn't sit well with Owen, but he chose to suppress his discomfort, keeping his emotions carefully concealed. That evening, Brooke and Owen hung out with friends. When Adam asked about their next vacation, Owen quickly mentioned a trip to Paris for just the two of them. Brooke brushed off the idea, saying she couldn't think about a vacation until after her gallery opened on Friday. Owen then surprised Brooke with flowers and a note on the table. She apologized for being so distracted lately. Owen brought up the vacation again, showing her the place he had in mind for after her gallery opening. However, Brooke dismissed it, saying she had too much work to do and couldn't leave Ansgar to handle things alone. Though disappointed, Owen agreed and quietly tucked away a plane ticket that she didn't see. Brooke accidentally sees Owen's phone and spots several text messages from someone named Sarah. The messages feel too personal and strange, grabbing her attention right away. As she reads on, a sense of unease grows, making her doubt Owen's loyalty. The timing and content of the texts start to worry her, leading her to wonder if there's more to Owen's actions than he admits. The next day, Ansgar excitedly tells Brooke that a well-known film director, Damien Light, wants to buy his artwork and meet them at the Marias Hotel in Paris. At first, Brooke is reluctant due to her gallery commitments, but she eventually agrees. During their chat, Ansgar flirts with her, making his feelings clear. Brooke talks to her friend about the Paris trip with Ansgar, and her friend encourages her to discuss it with Owen. She visits Owen at his production office and shares the news about Damien Light wanting to buy some paintings. Owen is initially pleased, but when she mentions going to Paris for the deal, his mood shifts, and he changes his plans to go to Vegas that Saturday. Later that night, Brooke sees Owen sneaking out of their apartment, which deepens her concerns about his faithfulness. Feeling curious and anxious, she decides to dig deeper. Using a location tracking app, she finds out that the place Owen is visiting is linked to an app known for facilitating secret meetings. This discovery heightens her suspicions, making her more convinced that Owen is hiding something important. In the evening, Owen comes home to find Brooke getting ready for her trip to Paris. She questions him about where he was the night before, and he tells her he was working late on a project and didn't want to bother her. They apologize for the mix-up, but tension remains when Owen sees the outfit Brooke has packed, making him uneasy. While at a bar with his friend Adam, Owen meets Amy, a journalism student from Columbia. She recognizes him from his news show and starts a fun, flirty chat. In Paris, Brooke and Ansgar meet Damien to finalize a key deal. The business talks go smoothly, but during the meeting, Ansgar crosses a line by trying to touch Brooke inappropriately. Keeping her cool, Brooke subtly moves his hand away, making sure Damien and his colleague don't notice. Later, Owen takes Amy back to his place, and they end up sleeping together. Their moment is interrupted by a flood of texts from Brooke, leaving Owen feeling guilty. Feeling regretful, he asks Amy to leave and insists they shouldn't see each other again. Before she goes, Amy asks Owen for help with her career after graduation, but he declines. Afterward, Brooke returns home and spends the next few days preparing for her art gallery opening. Ansgar wants her to display his new piece at the center of the show, but she feels anxious about having to rearrange the installation. When he shows her his new artwork, she dislikes it because it features nudity. On the night of the gallery opening, Owen feels more and more uneasy as he notices how close Brooke and Ansgar seem. The situation gets tenser when Amy arrives unexpectedly, quickly drawing Ansgar's attention. When Brooke asks Owen about Amy, he lies and says he only saw her briefly at a bar. Owen decides to leave early and waits for Brooke outside the gallery. Ansgar takes Amy to an apartment, not realizing it belongs to Owen. Inside, Amy starts to feel uncomfortable and tells him to leave, but he insists on staying. His insistence frustrates Amy, making her anxious about the complicated situation. Wanting to confront the issue, she chooses to talk to Owen instead, leaving Ansgar behind. During their chat, Amy casually mentions meeting Brooke a few days ago, which surprises Owen and leaves him momentarily speechless. Meanwhile, Brooke confides in her friend Eleanor about her worries regarding Owen's suspicious behavior with Sarah. She questions whether her husband might be cheating. Eleanor suggests hiring a private investigator to find out the truth. Unsure and hesitant, Brooke takes the investigator's contact card. That night, she uses a location tracking app to follow Owen and finds out he has been visiting a popular one-night stay place. The next day, Brooke meets with Amy, who has been hired to follow Owen. During their meeting, Amy takes detailed notes about Owen from Brooke to prepare for her task. To ease Brooke's concerns, Amy reassures her that she has nothing to worry about, casually mentioning that she already has a boyfriend. That night, Brooke and Amy exchange texts as part of the plan, but during the setup, Amy signals the videographer to stop recording and leave. As the night progresses, Brooke grows increasingly anxious, bombarding Amy with messages when she can no longer reach her. Suspicion creeps in as Brooke starts to believe that Owen might be cheating with Amy, the very person she hired to expose him. By the time Brooke doesn't realize the gravity of the situation, it's already too late. Owen has slept with Amy. The next day, Brooke calls Owen and casually asks if he was at Gramercy the night before. Owen lies, saying he just had a quick drink and got home early. Brooke replies that she will see him later that evening. Unbeknownst to her, Amy is still at Owen's place during their chat, adding to the tension. As Brooke heads home, she runs into Ansgar, who stops her to ask where she's going. She firmly reminds him that he knows she needs to go home. Ansgar seizes the moment, suggesting that if she has feelings for him, they should acknowledge them instead of ignoring them. Despite his efforts, Brooke stands her ground and ignores his advances, walking past him. Meanwhile, Amy reaches out to Brooke, saying her phone died, so she couldn't save the audio recording, and the videographer didn't show up. She reassures Brooke that nothing happened with Owen. Wanting to leave quickly, Amy tries to finish up, but Brooke presses her for more details. Amy explains that she introduced herself to Owen as a journalist and they talked for about 20 minutes, insisting that Owen was faithful. However, the reality is that Owen cheated on Amy, and Brooke is doubtful of her claims. Brooke demands proof of Amy's interaction with Owen. To convince her, Amy shows a napkin signed by Owen. Reluctantly, Brooke pays Amy for her work and invites her to the upcoming art gallery opening, still unsure about what really happened. Tensions boil over when Owen and Ansgar get into a heated argument, their frustrations spilling into a public fight. In the chaos, Ansgar turns to Amy and suggests they go for a drink together, which she agrees to. As Brooke and Owen make their way back to their apartment, the tension between them intensifies. Brooke takes the opportunity to challenge Owen about the contradictions in his story, demanding answers as their troubled relationship hangs by a thread. She confronts him with clear evidence of his deceit, showing him the signed napkin he had given Amy at the bar. With no way to escape the truth, Owen reluctantly confesses that he slept with Amy. Furious and feeling betrayed, Brooke storms out of the apartment, taking Owen's phone with her. She is determined to dig deeper into his secretive late-night activities. Seeking comfort from Eleanor, she chooses to keep her problems to herself. Later, she goes through Owen's phone and listens to his voicemails. To her shock, she finds that her earlier doubts about Owen's relationship with Sarah were completely wrong. The voicemail reveals that Sarah was actually helping Owen organize a surprise Christmas event for Brooke, leaving her in disbelief. Back in the present, Brooke arrives at her apartment to find Ansgar waiting outside. Surprised, she asks him what he's doing there. Ansgar casually mentions that he is waiting for Amy. Once inside, Brooke sees Amy and Owen talking. Without hesitation, she confronts Amy, directly asking if Owen invited her for another secret meeting. Amy admits she crossed a line, and Brooke reminds her of her earlier statement about having a boyfriend. Owen, feeling defensive, jumps in, claiming he wasn't the one who brought Amy into the situation. It was Brooke. Shocked, Brooke insists she never expected things to end in betrayal. Owen acknowledges his guilt and admits to making a mistake, but he also shifts some blame onto himself and Brooke. Feeling regretful, Amy returns the money Brooke had given her, calling her actions unprofessional. She leaves without saying anything more, leaving Brooke and Owen to deal with the fallout of their damaged relationship. Outside, Amy sees Ansgar waiting for her. Instead of talking to him, she hurls a sharp insult, clearly showing her dislike, and walks away, leaving him behind. Owen, unable to suppress his doubts, questions Brooke about a possible affair with Ansgar during their time in Paris. Brooke, however, does not provide a straightforward answer. Flashbacks show moments in Paris where Ansgar tries to seduce her, including a scene where she is partially undressed. Yet, she neither confirms nor denies giving in to his advances. keeping the truth unclear and the tension with Owen unresolved. Owen starts to pack a bag for his trip to Las Vegas, getting ready to leave. Before he goes, he shows Brooke the unused tickets he bought for Paris. Reminding her that they could still go together, she ultimately decides to accept Owen, choosing to move forward together.